Hello everyone, welcome back to Shdows Secrit. Tonight we unravel one of the most chilling and mysterious stories ever whispered in aviation history. The legend of Flight 914, the plane that vanished into thin air only to return 37 years later. It was a bright morning on July the 2nd, 1955, when Pan American Flight 914 took off from New York bound for Miami, carrying 57 passengers and 6 crew members. Families waved goodbye, the engines roared, and the giant silver bird ascended gracefully into the endless blue sky. Everything about that flight seemed ordinary until it wasn't. Somewhere over the Atlantic coast, just past Florida's radar line, the flight disappeared. No distress call, no debris, no wreckage, simply gone. The control tower at Miami was confused. They called nearby airfields, searched radar, and even scrambled Coast Guard patrols, but nothing was found. Newspapers declared it a tragedy, a lost flight swallowed by the sky, another sad reminder of how unpredictable nature could be. But what if nature wasn't to blame at all? What if something else, something unexplainable, had reached out and taken that plane? The families mourned, the airline quietly closed the case, and the world moved on. For 37 long years, the name Flight 914 faded into forgotten archives. Until one blazing afternoon in Caracas, Venezuela in 1992, when an air traffic controller named Juan de la Corte was monitoring his radar screen. Suddenly, a blip appeared, an unidentified craft entering Venezuelan airspace without clearance. The signal was strong, the altitude steady, but there was no flight plan, no record. He grabbed his microphone, speaking calmly into the channel. "Unidentified aircraft, this is Caracas Control Tower, please identify yourself." Static answered at first, then a man's voice, calm, confident American accent, replied, "This is Pan Am Flight 914, en route from New York to Miami." Juan froze. His colleagues looked at him in disbelief. He repeated, "Say again, Flight 914? The pilot confirmed it. The flight that was supposed to have landed in 1955, but this was 1992, 37 years later. The control room erupted in whispers. Some thought it was a prank, others a malfunction. But when Juan looked out the window, he saw it, a gleaming Douglas DC-4, old-fashioned, descending toward the runway, its Pan American logo faded but visible. It was like watching a ghost descend from the clouds. The tower cleared them for emergency landing, unsure of what else to do. As the aircraft touched down, ground crews ran toward it. The engines hummed like a mechanical echo from another era. The windows were fogged. Silhouettes of passengers could be seen inside, peering out with confusion. The pilot's voice came again. "Where are we? Is this Miami?" Juan, his hands trembling, replied, "You're in Caracas, Venezuela. And sir, the date today is May 21st, 1992. Silence filled the radio. Then the pilot shouted, "What are you talking about? No, that's impossible." His breathing grew frantic. The tower tried to calm him, asking for the manifest and passenger information, but suddenly the pilot yelled, "We need to leave!" And without waiting for clearance, the engines roared to life. Before anyone could stop them, the old plane taxied down the runway and lifted into the sky, disappearing once again into the clouds. The airfield was left in chaos. The ground crew swore they saw the passengers' faces pressed to the windows, pale, terrified, and confused, as if they had seen something unimaginable between time and space. When investigators reached the runway, they found only one thing left behind. A small, outdated calendar, dated July the 2nd, 1955. The very day Flight 914 had vanished. For weeks, newspapers debated the incident, but the authorities quickly shut it down, claiming radar error, misidentification, and mass hysteria. Yet the air traffic tapes, secretly kept by Juan, told a different story. A voice clear as day, identifying itself as Pan Am Flight 914. Experts analyzed the audio, and while some claimed it was fake, others insisted it was authentic. Some believed that the plane had flown through a time rift, a wormhole between dimensions, where time flows differently. Others said it entered a parallel world and returned when the anomaly reopened. But no one could explain how an aircraft from 1955 could appear physically intact, with engines working and passengers alive, still wearing mid-century clothes, still believing it was the same day they took off. Eyewitnesses described the plane as shimmering slightly, as if it wasn't entirely there, flickering between reality and something beyond comprehension. Over time, more strange clues surfaced. A maintenance worker who touched the plane's exterior before it took off again said the metal felt ice cold, like touching death itself. One of the airport guards later claimed he saw faces at the window that didn't look quite human. Their eyes too wide, their movements slightly delayed, as if watching the world through a thin glass of time. After that day, the plane was never seen again. But every few years, rumors appear. A radar blip over the Caribbean matching the old transponder code of Flight 914, or a fishing boat reporting a faint engine hum above the clouds with no plane in sight. Some sailors swear they've seen ghostly lights crossing the ocean, moving too slowly to be jets, too fast to be prop planes. And then there are the letters. Yes, the letters. A woman in Miami claims she received a postcard from her husband, dated 1955, postmarked in 1992 from Caracas. The handwriting matched perfectly. The ink was fresh. When investigators checked the stamp, it was genuine. A Pan Am stamp no longer in circulation. Was it possible that the passengers were still alive somewhere, trapped between times, writing from a world that shouldn't exist? Scientists dismissed it as hoax, but locals near Caracas still whisper that on stormy nights, when the clouds roll low and thunder shakes the city, you can hear the echo of a DC-4 passing overhead, engines rumbling like thunder from the past. Some say it's just wind, others say it's Flight 914 still trying to find Miami. Decades have passed, but the mystery lingers. If the plane truly crossed through time, where did it go? Did it land somewhere else? Another year? Another reality? And what happened to those 57 souls? Were they caught in a time loop, endlessly reliving that flight? Or did they see something humanity was never meant to see? Perhaps the truth is that time itself isn't as stable as we believe. Maybe every once in a while a crack opens, and through that crack, something slips through. A ship, a person, a plane. And when it does, reality bends to hide the evidence. The legend of Flight 914 reminds us that even in our age of science, some mysteries refuse to die. Whether it was a government cover-up, a glitch in time, or something supernatural, the world may never know. But one thing's certain. Somewhere in the boundless sky, a silver plane may still be flying, forever lost between yesterday and tomorrow, its passengers staring out the window at a world that has moved on without them. And as the thunder rolls tonight, listen carefully, because maybe, just maybe, the sound you hear isn't thunder at all. Maybe it's the ghost of Flight 914, still searching for home. Thank you for watching Shdows Secrit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying stories from the shadows.